Hi everyone, I'm Meriem Benanni, and this is the second episode of Lentil Space, and I'm gonna be cooking today. And real quick, I'm just gonna share my computer sound because I'm gonna also play music videos projected behind me when I'm doing stuff. Okay, so I'm in New York right now in my kitchen. And I decided to cook 3 salads that are very simple, honestly, but I felt like I couldn't really like multitask and do something more complicated while I'm like on Zoom. But also it's also like what I eat all the time. So it's like 3 Moroccan salads. And I used to like cook tagines and like a lot of different things, but I don't eat meat anymore. So I feel like the salads are like kind of like the best thing to still, that's like easy, fresh, and vegetarian. I just want to say that I think I'm in charge of admitting people in. So I don't know how I can change that. Reem and Mai. Anyways, I'll do it while it's happening. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. So the 3 salads I'm gonna make are, the first one is called zerlouk. If you've ever been to my house, or like I make it all the time, and it's like an eggplant salad. And then I can see my mom. Who's the only person with the camera on. Hi. So I'm gonna make a zerlouk, which is eggplant and tomatoes. And then I'm gonna make a grilled pepper salad, which is very easy, also very simple, but super fresh and good. And then I'm gonna make a cooked carrot salad. These are the ingredients. So we're gonna be using these vegetables, and then tomatoes. And then the spices for all of them are gonna be pretty similar, which is paprika, cumin, some preserved lemons, garlic, which is kind of like very common spices in like a lot of Moroccan food. Okay, so I'm gonna start. We're gonna start with the eggplant part of the zerlouk salad because you can cook it different ways. Like you can char it on the barbecue, or you can grill it on the stove top, or you can put it in the oven, but it takes a long time. So I'll start with that. So you want to take eggplants. I'm gonna wash them. I would say like use maybe 4 eggplants of this size for 4 tomatoes, and like maybe 4 eggplants of this size. I'll be honest, I bought these very cute, like here they call them Italian eggplants, because like that reminds me of the size of the ones that like we eat in Morocco. But here most of the times the eggplant you find are like huge, and they're like, I feel like they're not organic, but I like them for the look because like it's just like makes a lot of like eggplant. Okay, so you remove the remove the green part, just like this. The little trash can here. And then depending on how much time you have, I'm gonna put these in the oven. I'm gonna roast them. You can cut in them so that they cook a little faster. I like to do that, like if I'm working, I'll just like put the full eggplants in the oven and forget about them. And then you can do so many things with them. Actually, I eat eggplants all the time. Okay, so then you would do maybe like 4, but I already pre-cooked them, so I'm just showing you how I'm cutting them. Once you have them like that, you can just put them on foil, throw some olive oil and salt, and then Put them in the oven. And then you take them out. These, I think I undercooked them a little bit, to be honest. Like they could be a little more cooked. But like when the skin starts kind of like being kind of hard and like crunchy, which is so good actually, and then you feel like inside they're collapsing, they're ready. These, yeah, they're not fully ready, but for this recipe, it's fine because we're gonna cook them more. Okay, so once you have them here, what you're gonna do is that you want to prepare the tomato. And so for the tomato, you want to peel tomatoes. So I'm going to do that now. And it works better with like bigger tomatoes that are juicy. Also, it's like you don't have to peel as many. I'll do like maybe 4, and we'll see if it's too much. Okay, so while I'm peeling them, because it's kind of boring and I didn't pre-do it, I'll play a song. Okay, 1 second. So I'm gonna start with sorry, 1 sec. All right, the first song I want to play is by Shab Tahar and Shaba Zahra. It's an Algerian song that is really beautiful.
اللي فريدي لنا ومش تحاز هم نبغي قالي وخاف نبغي قالي وشيك خليك زي الحين اللحيانة والمصميط نبغي ندخلها ونخاف ونبغي الفراش ونخاف يا نبحر عليا عاود سهران لو نبغي قالي وخاف عاش ورينك عند الباب الرش فراش النية والباد الخليدة عجواريني مزاج
Okay, so I'm kind of embarrassed to show you my tomatoes. This one is okay, but then I don't have a knife that's sharp enough, so I didn't do a great job. But so now you want to cut the tomatoes, okay? And honestly, like the real thing you're supposed to do is that you're supposed to grind them, but I think it's so nerve-wracking to grind things by hand. So I'm gonna be lazy, and for the first time I'm gonna try this technique, which is my roommate just bought like a grinder thing. So I'm gonna do it here, and I'm not gonna do like fine, I'm just gonna do it like very like, I want to keep chunks kind of. So I'm just gonna throw a bunch of tomato here. Yeah. I'm realizing now that this is just the first salad, and I was like, that's going to be very simple, but I also need to get started on the other stuff. So we'll see. Okay. You can also roast the tomatoes if you, or like grill them if you want them to have like a grilled taste. I'm doing like a kind of like simple version. Don't judge my cutting. Okay. And actually, I feel like there's a version of this meal in a lot of different places. Like, I feel like there's a Iranian version of like this eggplant, and I feel like baba ganoush is kind of like with tahini is like also an eggplant dish like that, but it doesn't have tomatoes. But it's a pretty common thing. Okay, so I guess I can't add more, so I'll stop here. Maybe I'll do 2 rounds. I love cooking because I make videos and I work on the computer all the time. So for me, like, I really miss doing things with my hands, or like having like more like sensual experience. So like I've been just cooking a lot because I'm upstairs on the computer, and that's like the moment I can do something different. All right, so now I've never used this, so let's see. Can you see me? I'm gonna do it low, chill version. It's not working. I never used this before. Okay. For a reason. Okay, it's not working, so I was avoiding this, but I'm gonna have to cut down. It's a little remix. So rewind. We're gonna cook these and cut them, but just like little pieces, and cook them after that, and then maybe they will be like ground. Okay, I'll put another song because now I have to cut them, which is kind of like a nicer sound than the grinder. Somali song, but the music video, I think the dancers are West African. So it's like they put this song on like a different video, but I love the dancing. Finally, we're done with the tomatoes. So simple, but somehow became so complicated. So I cut them in little pieces, and now I'm going to put them in a pan. So I'm going to do this over here. You want to put some olive oil? I'm generous with olive oil. The tomatoes, I'm not going to show you how they look like right now. It's so messy. But basically, I'll show you when they're in the pan, and it's like, looks better. You want to cook the tomatoes for like a little while. I'll show you, okay. And then we're gonna add some garlic. Here, we're gonna add the garlic and the spices. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cumin and a little bit of paprika, and then some garlic. I always love how in cooking shows they put everything here, like nothing is in its original container, and it usually looks like so nice. But I guess because they prepare everything, which I did not do. Garlic. I put a lot of garlic, but not everyone, you know. If you eat meat, I really recommend the look with like a chicken tagine. It's the best to put that in it. I will forever miss that flavor. So my garlic press is here. Some garlic. Now I understand why there's like so much editing in cooking shows, because there's so much time lapse. So I crushed garlic. I put 2, but you know, I let you decide. I'm not one that will give you measurements. It's really up to your taste. Okay, so now I'm gonna cook this. And let it simmer. Mix it. I really messed up with like the chunks, but it will be experimental. Okay. So you want to add some, like this is a mix of parsley and cilantro. And I like to, someone told me one day that most of the taste is in the stems, not just the leaves. So I take it like this, and I cut. And I don't like to put too much because I prefer the taste of it fresh. So I'll add more like when it's cooked on top of it. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna take a break on the zerluk while the tomatoes are cooking, because we'll add the eggplants later. And I'll start on this cooked carrot salad. So now I'm gonna add this to the tomatoes. I like to clean as I cook, a little too much sometimes. Yeah. Something really hard actually to make these simple recipes that are just salads in New York is like the fire alarm goes off immediately. It's like every time I cook, just like, you know, if you like to grill things on the stove, and it's just like not a friendly environment for that. All right, so now I'm gonna do the carrots. And maybe while I cut the carrots, I will play another song. So, giant American carrots. I peeled them already. And now the way you want to have them is on this. Oh yeah, I forgot to add salt. Well, I'm gonna make myself a really nice drink actually. I think I told my friend Tiffany, she's Iranian. I think I told her that she taught me this drink, but then she seemed to say no, but she makes really good drinks. And so these are pomegranate molasses, and that with sparkling water, delicious. You just put a little bit. And then water. It's a very good, refreshing drink. Nice. Okay, so the carrots, you know, it's hard because when you like grew up eating something, you imagine the vegetables have a format, and I can't find the right format for any vegetables in America that match the way they were in Morocco. So I'm like, those carrots, they were like these little cute carrots, and I can't ever find that. So I have to kind of reinvent how I want to cut them and how I want them to look. So we're gonna go for this. I'm gonna cut down here. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna cut them like about this length. I'm seeing if my mom approves, but I don't think she's. Is this the right size? Yeah. No. She's on mute, but and then okay, then this is the part of like the extra love that you can skip or not, but I think I remember they were, you know, like the heart was always removed. And I'm like, okay, I'll give you that. I'll try to do that. I'm gonna be honest, I never do it. This is cooking. It smells great. Okay, I'm not covering it yet because I want it to be like to caramelize. I want the tomatoes to caramelize. So the carrots, yes. I'm like, how do you take off the heart in a nice way? I guess, yeah. I don't understand though, because I feel like it all has the same taste. Maybe it's a presentation thing, or I don't know if it's a taste thing. If anyone has an idea, you can just let me know. So I'll do that. This is time for another song. Let me feel. Yeah. I'll do another song. And also, we're gonna share this playlist at the end. So if you have any song that you wish to listen to again, I'm gonna play a cumbia remix. I cut the carrots. I did not remove the hearts. I don't think we have time. And now what you want to do is boil them. You're gonna put them in water, and then to add a little extra taste, you can boil them with the garlic also. Okay. So we have this. I'm gonna put the carrots. Don't judge the cutting. The love is not in the shape, but in the, you know, just the intention. And then I'm gonna take some garlic. Put them whole. I don't know if I have time to make the peppers, but also it's like, how can you follow recipes when there's 3 at the same time? So maybe 2 is good. This one is actually very easy, so. All right. I'm gonna add some salt and boil this. Okay, so now the tomato is like, you see, like cooked or starting to be cooked. So I'm gonna let it continue to do that. And it smells really good. Wish you could smell it. And now I'm gonna add the eggplants. So there's a very special step now that I skip, which is that a lot of people would say that the secret to the look and also to like this other meal with peppers is to, once you're done, actually not when you roast them, but when you put them on the stove, after that you put them in a plastic bag, and then it like you let them in this like choking in like this their own steam in a plastic bag, and it makes peeling them easier. Sounds very like unhealthy to me, but also I do agree that it always tastes better like that. I just won't do it. So now you want to take these eggplants. Actually, I like to do that with a fork. And then you want to peel them. And in the process of peeling them, you very specifically, purposefully don't not do it perfectly. So like, look at this. This is beautiful. It's my favorite part. I love eggplant so much. So you just peel it. And then you let some chunks of skin, like it, because they'll be delicious. And it adds like texture. Also something very important at this part of the process, if you're cooking for someone, you take a little break and you make them a little toast with that. Take a little bit of bread. And you cut a little piece. If you have goat cheese or something, it's yummy. If you're into like, you know, tahini or anything, like it's really good, you do that. And then just a little bit of lemon, and it's a snack. I love snacks that you make while you're cooking. I'm not gonna eat it now. Okay, so back on track. Okay, so you peel these eggplants. One of my grandma on my dad's side, she used to fry it, and like it made it so good. It's just I feel like I'm not really like, I never fry stuff. I like pretty simple. Not just because it's healthy, it's just like I don't really know how to cook stuff like that. Okay. Like, how are we doing on time? We're good. This is also something you can, you know, like these are salads, but you can also eat that as a main dish. Okay, so now that you have them like this, I just like put them like that. You cut pieces. Okay. Put the skins here. So now we're simply going to put this, to add it to the tomatoes. I'll be right back. Just gonna make this real quick. Okay. So you add the eggplant. And you mix it together. Okay. It looks like this. And then it's called zerluk because it needs to be mzerluk, which means that it's like slowly like cooking and becoming this like, you know, just like caviar vibe. Like, and so the longer you leave it, the better. Now you can just forget about it. At some point, I'm gonna add some little like pieces of preserved lemon to it. I'm gonna add some olive oil because I like it to feel very like decadent. Okay. So I cover it and I'm gonna let it cook. Our carrots are boiling. Sounds like it's time for another song. So 1 second. I'm gonna play actually a song that I love. It's by Nazja Hassan. She's a Pakistani pop star. She was very iconic. And her and Zohab Hassan, they did this soundtrack for a movie called Star. And I never watched it, but I just watched like all the musical moments, and it's one of my favorite soundtracks. And actually, at the same time, this movie came out in like early 80s, 82. And then there's like Bollywood movie that was called Disco Dancer that came out at the same time, and it's the same concept. Both of them, it's like the same story. And I'm like, I can't tell like what inspired what because they came out the same year. But I've always preferred the soundtrack to Star, and it has kind of like this vibe, like I love like the moment of Donna Summer where she was like working with Giorgio Moroder. It's like Sunset People and like Lucky, those tracks. It really sounds like that, but not the song I'm gonna play.
मेरा दिल रो रहा है
first time pleasure lemons. I did not make it. I like pleasure lemons when they're very, very otherwise it's kind of like and like let them just like kind of caramelize and start to stick to the pot, and then like sometimes move them around still so that it doesn't fully burn, but you want to get that kind of like yeah, caramelized, not burnt but like sticky aspect. I'm wondering if I should make my third recipe, but I don't know if we have time. But also right now I'm waiting for things to cook. So let's go shumisha. Someone said let's go shumisha. Shumisha is, for those who don't know, is the first and only, maybe not only anymore, but like the first celebrity chef in Morocco. And actually I always thought she looked like my mom. But yeah, she kind of like, she like was the first person to be like a celebrity and also make recipes and like modernize some recipes, make them accessible, things like that. And now she's like a crazy businesswoman, as in like it became this huge thing. So I want to ask Krim, May, and Reem if you think I should make the third one or if we don't have time. You can tell me in the chat. No comment. Go for it. Okay, I'll be honest. So the last one is grilled peppers. Okay, so you take peppers, you grill them, but for me the only way to do it is like stovetop. You grill them on the stovetop. I feel like everyone just like, at least like all my friends are from the Arab world, it's like you always put stuff on the stove. But the problem is like, I'm always nervous to do it, or like right now I'm nervous to do it because my fire alarm might go off. But I have this, and I got really good at hitting the button for the fire alarm really quick. So maybe it's like, who cares? Maybe it will happen and I'll just deal with it. It is the worst sound. Okay, so let's do it. First, you like take one of each. I'm only gonna do two because we don't have that much time. Red pepper, green pepper. Oh, I think there's also yellow pepper. It just hit me now. It's okay, we're gonna do it what we have. I'm sorry. And then this was never in the recipe that I ate growing up, but I will say I really like poblano peppers. They're like very spicy and smoky. So I've been adding that. You know, you can just adapt stuff. So I'm gonna wash them. Okay. And for 1 second, I'm just gonna check on this because it's doing good. And the carrots are boiling, so I'm just gonna see how close they are to being done. Okay. They need more time, which is perfect. All right, so you wash the peppers, and then, well, this used to be so clean, and now it's a mess. But I'll stop focusing on that. Okay, so you remove this thing here, just because when it burns, it creates a lot of smoke, and I told you about my situation here with the fire alarm. Otherwise, I would keep them because they're fun, because you can use them to hold the pepper and rotate it on the fire. Okay. Green pepper. This is not a very nice green bell pepper. Look, the color looks a little washed out. I will say the worst thing about New York is the produce. Although I find places that have good produce, but it's just not that exciting. And then the poblano one. Do the same. Okay. All right. So basically you want to put them on the fire directly and rotate them. Like they're gonna start to bubble and create these like just like they're gonna turn black and like charred, and then you want to just rotate them as you go. So I'm going to do that. I'm actually going to switch these so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to put them together. Okay. It's cooking. If anyone wants to chat about something in between, we have time. Any questions or like favorite dishes that you've been cooking this year that you want to share? Or I can play more music. I'm gonna play Ethiopian Oromo song that has like a kind of like house beat in the back, and it's just, I really love it.
ساففا وين الرانا أنا سغشكاشا
Okay, so the zerluk is cooking, the peppers are getting grilled. I can tell the fire alarm is like getting ready. And then I strained the carrots, they're cooked. Now, actually I'm gonna rinse them with cold water because I like this salad to be cold. Okay. The peppers cook pretty fast. You can't forget them because they'll just burn. You do want the skin to be burnt, but anyways. So, all right, we're gonna take a bowl. And then we're gonna put the carrots in the bowl. Okay. And then now we're gonna do the dressing. I mean, I'm gonna put the garlics aside because I just wanted them for like a subtle taste. I don't want them to be like overpowering. Okay. Now we're gonna do paprika. Same. I can't tell you how much. You just fill it out. This cumin I just bought, and it was called Turkish cumin. I was like, I don't know what that is, and it actually is a little more green than what I'm used to, and it tastes really fresh. It's delicious. Little rotation over here while I'm here. So yeah, some salt. Olive oil. We can put some of this a little bit. And so this salad, I think like you're supposed to put vinegar. I like to put lemon, but I'm gonna do a mix of both because I usually always prefer lemon over vinegar, but in this salad I do taste. I do like what the vinegar does. And so here we go. Put a little bit of vinegar. And also a little bit of lemon. I'll mix it up. Okay, and then you have to like be gentle in mixing it so that the carrots don't break. But the thing is, I already didn't cut them in a way that is so gorgeous that it needs to be preserved. Let's be honest. So slowly mixing. And I think it can use more, actually, I should have done more paprika, but what I'm gonna do is now forget about it. And you wanna put this, yeah, I mean, it's good. It's like the most simple salad, but something with the sweetness of the carrot and the vinegar, it tastes complex, although it's like so basic. I'm gonna put it in the fridge because this is good, like something with it being in the fridge and being cold, it's just like the taste gets where it needs to be. So you forget it, you put it in the fridge. Oh my God, there's no space in my fridge. Right. 1 second. I'll show you what this look is looking like right now. Little rotation here of the peppers. Woo. I saw an episode of the Kardashians once where it's like Kris Jenner and Kylie, and they're like, we want to have some mother-daughter time. Like, we haven't been in touch recently, and so they cook pasta. And then when they strain the water, they both go like this. And they're like, oh my God, you do that too. And they get facial. They're like, oh, it's like a facial. So now I think about this all the time when I have steam in my face. Okay. It's starting to look good. It smells really good for like how messy like my process has been. I'm kind of proud, but we're gonna keep it longer because there's no rush. The longer the better. Okay. These are the peppers. Almost ready. And I'm gonna add the poblano one because I didn't have enough stovetops, like space. We're getting really close. Anyone has a question? Anything? Oh, I forgot to say also thank you for watching. It's very like reality TV, like the channel where it's not edited and you just like watch the in-betweens. So thanks for your patience. Okay, so right now you have the peppers cooking, the zerluk is almost ready, the salad is getting colder. Actually, we're doing great. I'm like, what time is it? Yeah. I think we'll be done in like 6 minutes with everything when those are ready. So I'll say this, the salad, like, you know, it's like a classic thing to grill peppers and eat them. I feel like it's a very Mediterranean thing, but my version of the salad, or like the version that I think is the best, and I don't do it often because it takes forever, is you'll see once they're cooked, and I'm gonna wash them and remove the charred skin. I like to cut them so thin, like cycle, like spend like an hour just cutting very, very, very thin strips of each pepper. And so then when you mix them, it's just the best. And it's actually crazy because it takes so long to cut them like that, but it's always the thing that people eat the fastest. And I feel like I'm always like, oh my God, you're eating this so fast and it took so long to cut, but it's meant to be eaten. So you'll see that step very soon. I'll play maybe one last song. I don't even know if you can see them really well, but so I've played, maybe I'll play a classic Moroccan shabish, Banabila. And it's like a music video that's very like rustic and, you know, pastoral view, and I thought that was very fitting for a cooking show. It's a song about love and losing patience and being over it. It's like I give you a couple, you know, like chances and you keep fucking it up. That's just, I think that's the message of the song.
واش نبقى عساكتة شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال كون حاضر ورد المال
شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال
كون حاضر ورد المال راني نعرف فعالك وكل حاجة في بالك ما تحتاج تغلطني وانت مالك مالك عمستي في بالك حالك ما بقى عجبني شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال كون حاضر ورد المال
شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال
كون حاضر ورد المال كتعاملني بالحيلة واش نيتك قليل
So I'm going to put Shabana Bila. And now we have these peppers. The poblano one is still cooking, but this is the most beautiful thing. They're like burnt. And this is the step I was telling you earlier, where some might argue that you need to put it in a plastic bag. It's like a thing. But I'm again gonna skip it. And what I'm just gonna do is like I'm gonna like put it under the water and like peel the skin with cold water so that I don't burn myself, and also it just like washes it away. So I'll resume the song while I do that.
مالك ديما فقصني لك دوب حد وليلة ويا من الله طويلة غير حاول تصارحني شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال كون حاضر ورد المال
شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال
كون حاضر ورد المال دير عقلك شوية خليك عزيز عليا ما عندك لاش عاتبني سير معايا بالنية فكرت انا ليا صدقني ولا فرقني شحال دوزت لك شحال حساب طوال لا بقيتي في هاد الحال غادي تفسال كون حاضر ورد المال
Okay. So now I watched them, and this is just so beautiful. Look, I love this. They're so soft and like cooked. It's like, I honestly, that's the only way I like peppers, is when they've been grilled like that. This is the cycle step that I was telling you about, where I'm gonna like cut them. Well, now I like oversold it, like I have to do it perfectly, but I'll try. Okay, so yeah, I really need a sharper knife, like, or like I just need like a to get, so I have a lot of knives, but I need to get them sharpened. but I'm gonna do it with this little sneaky one that is actually sharper than the bigger ones. So take your peppers, try to lay them flat as possible, and then you start the scalpel work where it's like, see, this is already too thick. I like already fucked up. But yeah, that's what you want. Thin like this. Let me check on the poblano. I don't want it to burn. I put it like this on top. I don't know if you can see. Oh, no. You can't see, but it's almost ready. Okay. So I continue my surgeon work, and basically after that you're also going to cut it on the other direction because you want them to be little cubes. I don't know how you say that in English. Okay. I feel like it would maybe be easier with the bigger knife. And this is just salads. So when you make a dinner, you make these salads, it's like, that's why I often I'm like, okay, this is just gonna be everything. But I guess I cook this super easily. It's just because I'm like on camera, so it's a little more nerve-wracking. But it's pretty easy stuff to make. You just have to have the patience, mostly for this step. But I'll be honest, it's my favorite step. Okay. I wish I could fast forward. Oh yeah, you want to remove this. I don't want this. Okay, you can already tell I'm not a patience person. I mean, I make animation, so I can spend like 5 days animating the character. I have that type of patience. But I was like selling you the cutting vibe, and I already lost patience the other side of the pepper. So the poblano is ready, so I'm gonna wash it soon. The sound, can you hear? I love that. Okay, so now I'm gonna take the green pepper. I'm gonna do the same thing, the long stripes. And you could decide that you want it to present it in the stripe form, which I might do just because we need to wrap up. But you could also cut it in the small dice shape. Okay. So now I'm gonna take a bowl. I think this is not the right color for it. It's not perfect vibe. I'm in a bowl. Again, like I recommend also adding a yellow pepper. It's just very nice color-wise and taste-wise. I do think the yellow one is pretty sweet, like the red one. I don't like it when things are too sweet. That's why I add the poblano. And then I'm gonna also add the preserved lemons everywhere. It's just like, basically all these salads have the same spice arrangement. A little bit of paprika. little bit of cumin. My favorite thing on the planet, lemon. I put a lot of lemon, but you don't have to put as much as I do. But I like lemon everywhere. Olive oil. And some pepper. Some of this parsley and cilantro. I usually would add more, but and I would add the poblano, but I'm trying to be economical. Okay. And same this, you can leave it in the fridge, and it's delicious. Okay, so this one is ready. Let's look at the look now. So, oh my god, it's so good. The look is really good. I'm gonna present it so you can see it, but also the rest I'm gonna let it cook because it could cook longer. Like I can eat it now, but also like it could stay longer. This is how you can present it. You can eat it cold or hot. I like both. I like to make it a sandwich and it's so good. And I feel like I'll show you how when you go to someone's house in Morocco, how it's presented. There's always like one little green thing in the middle. It's like, who's gonna eat that? But it's a little accent. Garnish. Okay, so we have two. I honestly like I didn't do so bad. Now, I mean, I did not include this guy. Usually you would have that, or you know, at your own. Up to you. I'm gonna like check the carrots, see how they're doing. They smell delicious. I think they could add use a little more sauce, but I'm gonna present them. This. Let me try one actually to see what it's missing. So simple, so good. I would usually make it, let it get a little colder. And I think I'm gonna add a little squeeze of lemon because I didn't do that earlier. Okay. The ones that are really poorly cut, I will spare you. A little bit of lemon. Okay, I'm gonna remove the mess. You'll notice that I'm very fixated on the mess. I'm a little bit like that. So here we go. We have our 3 meals. And then of course, you eat that with bread. I don't know if my roommate is busy or not, but I wanted someone to come be the taster. It will be me. So There we go. And then I'll taste this look. So good. This is like my favorite Moroccan thing or thing ever. I prefer it with the tagine, but I can't have that. I'm gonna try the peppers with bread too, or maybe with the fork. So good. I'm really disappointed in my cutting job, but the taste is there. Very fresh. It's a great summer salad. And then the carrots. No bread. I understand now why people cut them smaller, because you want to have like a bite size. Delicious. I wish you could all try it. That's it. Thank you for your patience. And I hope you'll make these meals. Bye.